in other named popular grocery store that did not have chips and all this with the beer.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, right.
you know,
So that's a wonderful way to engage, also to get them as your partner, to
Okay.
help them understand that, you know, the bottom line is it's not gonna hurt your bottom line. Can we do something so that we are promoting a safer way of, okay, adults, when you're 21, and in America, you're allowed to drink responsibly when you're 21. So do we have to have that mixed message right there in the store?
Okay, thank you.
And there's Kroger's in Roanoke that have that same issue. They keep flipping things around. I can't stand when the Kroger flips things around. I'm like, you know what? I come into this Kroger, I know what aisle this is in, okay? And then they switch everything around. So, okay. Anybody, any other specific pieces? Any other questions?
So in Virginia, and that was my concern, you can work in a grocery store, convenience store, and be 16, and it's okay to rent that beer.
Correct.
Wine.
Correct.
My daughter, you know, Jordan, just spent 2 weeks working in the pro shop at Bassett Country Club, but we had to get the work, we had to get a permit for her because she wasn't 16.
Right.
But I also spent the same 2 weeks in the pro shop with her. We did not allow Jordan to ring up beer. So when she worked for those 2 weeks, if anybody worked in the pro shop, I was there to do that. But she specifically will not touch it.
Now, I don't know if, I know in grocery stores, you can work, like for Kroger, be 16 and ring it. What I thought in private clubs like that, you had to be 18 to serve it, 21 to pour it, okay? So, I don't think that she can serve it at 16, whether or not if they're just purchasing something. That would be something.
We did not
Right.
allow that
Right.
to
Right.
make sure that we did not get into any trouble. The only thing that she could do was take cart money and soda money,
Right.
and that was it.
Right. Now, in Maryland, they don't have any alcohol in 7-Elevens or stores or anything. However, what I like here much better is I don't think I can ever agree to privatization because I like that ABC it's very specific. Okay, in Maryland, it is privatization, which means that they can be tons of liquor stores all over the place. So then you're monitoring the density. Here, that doesn't happen. So, and I don't see the good in the privatization because it's just a short-term piece of money. But apparently, the governor is going to try to bring it up again. But we, as a community coalition in Virginia, we opposed that. And actually, in Roanoke, when his first stop, the head of ABC, one of the vice presidents, he said, you know, I'm coming up here to say it's much safer if we keep it the way it is. And it is, because he said, you know, I could make a lot more money, you know, the other way, but it's much safer for our youth if we keep it much more regulated under ABC. So.
Now, I'm going to interrupt for a moment. I believe Ms. Cochran was interested in the possibility of establishing a MAD group in this area. I spoke with Ms. Powell, and she wishes that there were one here, but she's not at a place in her life where she can be the person that tackles starting one. But she would like for there to be one to participate in. She shared with me that was one of the first things that she did following her son's death with.
And I would think that would be a great opportunity for the coalition to have sort of, you know, if it came through the coalition, then maybe there'd be some community members that would put their hat on that, and that would be sort of, you know, an activity that the coalition could help get started.
I think that would be very positive for the community because we've had many fatalities in our community that were alcohol related, and they were just young people too soon to die for that reason.
And Bonnie's on your coalition. Okay, so she was at the SPIF SIG, so you qualified for that SPIF SIG grant that's coming out. Actually, RFP just came out on Friday.
Only Franklin County is under catchment area, so we'll be able to.
You'll be, and
But
so,
because Martinsville, and they counted the data from Martinsville and Henry County separate,
right.
they don't reach any of the catchment. As far
Huh.
as the
Now, Bonnie was
statistics.
at that workshop.
She was
so-
representing Franklin County. Yeah,
Oh,
I couldn't go.
so Martinsville, see, I don't understand how they did that, because it was a percentage thing,
Yeah.
and so, yeah, so, but Franklin County.
Yeah, because Piedmont Community Services, that serves Patrick, Franklin,
Okay,
Henry, and the city of Martinsville. And so out of that catchment area,
Okay.
which Bonnie, is kind of involved with all that, just Franklin County. Unfortunately, because if they had combined them, Martinsville and Henry County would be eligible.
That's the joy of being
Right,
in a
yeah.
Commonwealth.
Right.
but, yeah, that's true. But the other opportunity, and I know that this ABC grant helped to fund this conference, correct? But there's another opportunity when the community grants come up to also start something that would possibly help the Madness grow too, so.
It can be a really powerful piece.
Yeah.
I'm very touched by it, and especially young people hearing other young people's stories.
Well, I mean, we've got the whole parenting, they've got a whole new parenting program too, that would be connected if there were parents that were very
Well,
much involved.
We don't hear too much about that side of it. I know Mary through her daughter Maddie, Maddie's in my 4-H group, that, we just don't hear from that side. We've been looking for that voice, and it's something that Maddie had never shared before. And I introduced Katie to Mary, and it just happened. But I know that that is a need in this area. I know that it probably would be quite a good group. I know in Floyd County, the MAD group actually sponsors the Floyd County High School. No, it's a SAD group. They actually sponsor the after prom party of it. So I think it could be a very positive force for this community.
Do we do SAD?
There used to be SAD in these schools.
We started, like Project Success was in the city schools, and at the middle school, I was one of the people there, and we started one, and now unfortunately the grant has ended, so we're kind of in limbo as far as will it continue, because we had chill in the high school, and the middle school kids wanted something. We joked that they were chillings, and yeah, and even so we had that for the 7th and 8th graders, and then they were saying, well, we don't have anything for 9th graders, because these kids, some of them went through the SAD program or the SAD club, and so that now they've started which I can't remember, Katie, you're here. What is
Yes.
for 9th graders?
Youth empowering students.
Yes. And I was just kind of explaining that they're kind of that catchment. It's kind of like it's something, they're coming out of the middle school with the SAD club, but yet they're not quite eligible for chill. So it's kind of it captures those. So we're trying to fill those gaps. But
Jordan was on that Project Success in middle school.
yeah, because we took her to Yale, we did several things. I just hate because sometimes you get limited with funding. See, that grant has ended, and it's in limbo because our time, there used to be 2 of us there in middle school, now I'm there 2 days a week. So it's like, we'll see.
But we have prevention clubs in every middle and high school, and they're not all named the same. I mean, some of them are SAD, some of them are GATAP, some of them are just prevention club, and they sometimes also encompass YOBISO. You guys have YOBISO down here? So that's youth, Virginia Speak Out About Traffic Safety, and so that comes from the DMV. But again, what we try to help them, and I think they get it more than sometimes the adults that are supposed to be their sponsors get it, that's all prevention. So that if there are kids that want to talk about seatbelt safety, great. Meet them where they're at, but don't say no because you think that we're only talking about no drugs. We have to talk about what we can do, and that's one of the big things with the Y that we've started, is we have a healthy options page on our website, so we put out things that the Y's doing. This year we partnered with them to help them. I do triathlon, so Cal asked me to sit on the committee, so we did the first sprint triathlon at the Salem Y in June this past year. And what we did was we pushed out to get the kids involved from high schools to do it as a team. So one kid would swim, bike, and run. Again, this is a healthy option, so that we're not always about, don't do this. Well, what are the things that you can do that are much more health related? And that's part of prevention. So.
I'd like another suggestion from the group. If you want to approach the General Assembly, the Virginia General Assembly, about the privatization of the liquor stores, you know, what may be the best route to take?
Okay, I would suggest you go to CCOVA, that's our Community Coalitions of Virginia, and you can Google that, and we have a website there. That is something that through your coalition, and Bonnie comes to those meetings, she has that information, and we'd love it if you would like to be part of that. There's a letter that I know Wayne was getting ready to send out to our coalitions about that. So if you connect with Bonnie, she will absolutely love that a community member wants to speak to that.
Right, okay, my stand is not necessarily to oppose it, even though I would like for it not to happen, but if it could be delayed another year, this would give the municipalities time to know how they're gonna handle it.
Right.
Because I know Martinsville City is considering, trying to be proactive, well, if and when it happens, how are we gonna handle it?
Okay, so yeah, I would definitely get with Bonnie because she has that information. She's
Okay.
been,
Thanks again.
Yep. Hello. Oh, okay. Hi. And you're with?
I'm with Pick Up Food Services.
Okay. So, should I show you guys the PSAs? You guys want to see these? Okay, hopefully, I'm hearing this guy.
It sounds like Barack Obama.
I know.
I know.
He does.
He was saying rhythm and cadence to his presentation.
Okay, I'm hoping that you guys can hear this. Okay, and hey, Samara, how do I make this easier? And this is why I have.